Hello everybody and welcome to Alternative Interactions. I'm Gary, and today you join me on a little walk around a lake, Blickling Hall Estate in North Norfolk. Used to fish here as a kid years ago, as a young adult in fact, but I haven't fished it for a very long time, but it's just nice to have a walk round. It's a bit breezy today, but hopefully the mic will enable you to hear me still. So please like, share and subscribe and all that kind of jazz. Thank you very much. So instead of sitting in front of a computer talking to you, I'm having a walk. It's not a babble as such, it's just a chat and a walk. And why not, hey? Why not? Very quiet on the news at the moment, isn't it? Very quiet. Is that the storm before or quite before the storm rather? I don't know. You tell me, but very quiet at the moment news-wise. So yeah, had a very interesting comment. I was obviously talking about silver the other day, and they quite rightly reminded me that not everyone's got any money. They certainly can't afford stuff at the moment, and I get it. You know, I'm like the majority of you, kind of live hand to mouth, not complaining, not asking for anything, just saying times are tough at the moment, and we see this. We really do. But we can change that. We can change that by manifesting. And let's just quickly have a look at the lake. Let's go onto one of the fishing platforms. We can manifest anything we really want. So here we go. It's part of the lake behind me. A couple of swans. Obviously, I've said before when I've walked around here before, they used to be full of ducks, great crested grebes, coots, moorhens. Absolutely everything was alive with birds. Used to be full of fish, full works, and our friendly otters played ball, and obviously that's the end of that. So good old National Trust, not. But manifesting. We can create anything we want, our own reality in the world. We really can. And we get trapped into loops. We get trapped into circles of behaviours and situations. And I mean, trust me, I've been down those. I've been in those loops, and I've been trapped, done the full works, you know. And at one point in my life, got very depressed actually over it. You know, it was very mentally difficult, and so I did a lot of that kind of mental struggling. You know, paycheck didn't even really cover the living, let alone anything else, and used a credit card to survive. You know, it's slavery. I mean, I talk about debt slavery and that, and obviously this kind of comes from my, when I talk about buying silver. By the way, I don't know if I said that, but they were saying how can they buy silver when they're living hand to mouth? And the obvious answer is you can't. And But we can change the situation. We can manifest stuff. We can change stuff to put the odds in our favour. So what do I mean by that? This construct is a state of mind. If any of you guys look back at, is it Flat Round or neither? The talks I do on time, toroidal fields, consciousness, you know, I really do not believe that we're in a real world as such. Certainly not certainly not what we're told. It's certainly not what we're told. And so this reality is, we can change it. Hello. We can change the rules. We have the ability to change the rules of this reality. We can manifest anything we want. Call it manifesting, whatever you want to call it, but fundamentally, you know, we are the creators of this realm, and we have to change this. It's our mindset. It's our minds that ultimately trap us. You know, limited beliefs. You know, and again, I've talked about it before, the externalization of our power, giving our power away for free to people and situations. So if we have a situation which we're stuck in a loop, and sometimes we have no ability to change these things, or perceived ability to change these things, because we have to provide for our family. You need to change your mindset. You need to start thinking differently, which is easier said than done, I know. You know, been in this loop, done the struggle myself. But if you change your mentality a bit, and you start really thinking about how you view the world and your situation, you can then change what you're doing and affect that change mentally. I'm sure the people walking past think I am mental. But you can change the things mentally. So what do I mean by this? It's almost like fake it to make it. And by this, what I'm talking about is we pretend in our head, almost. Sorry, just going through another gate. We pretend in our head that something is different, that something's changed. We feel it. You know, to manifest money is a very difficult thing. And fundamentally, we generally fail on this one. But manifesting a situation that can change your ability to earn money is very doable. You know, I can't believe this new person's come into my life. How lucky am I? You know, they've given me this new job offer, this new opportunity. Or I can't believe they've just created a new position at work, and they're going to promote me, and I'm going to get more money. Or it's going to make so much difference, I'm going to spend more time with the kids, whatever that is. But you've got to think about it, you've got to mentally feel it, think about it, create it, do it, fake it to make it. Break the loop. If you're thinking, oh my God, I've got nothing, I've got no money, you're going to create that. Oh my God, I've got everything. Everything's coming to me. Can't believe how lucky I am at the moment. Everything's changed, not changing, because you're pushing it away. Everything's changed. And with this little mindset change, you will affect a change, and you will break that loop. And it's also doing something different. So breaking pattern, doing something completely out of the ordinary that you'd never do normally. You know, when we go to work, we drive the same road, same time, same everything. Leave earlier, take a different route. Stop halfway through, get out the car, have a walk. You know, the universe is going to go, oh, what's going on here? And at the point at which you're changing your reality and your perception of what's going on, you're going to jumpstart the universe in your favour. And you're going to be bringing yourself to the attention of the universe. And then that manifesting starts to come in. Okay? No one said it was easy, but the fact that we have the ability to change these things and change the construct means that it can be done, and it is able to be done. And I have done this in the past many times in smaller things. We always talk about the car park space. Went somewhere the other day to a shop. I wanted the perfect car parking space. Exactly, I imagined it. Oh, so pleased it's there. Said it out loud. When I got there, there it was. I created it. There we go. It's that easy. If we can do it with a car parking space, we do it with anything. It's the old Star Wars analogy, you know, when Luke is being trained by Yoda, and he can lift rocks up and he can lift Yoda up, but he can't lift his spaceship up. But if you can do one thing, you can do both things. Again, it's in here. So I have done some manifesting ones and mindful matrix kind of work previously, and you know, please do now. Behind me is Blickling Hall. There we go, look. Got some real history. We have the lake. Don't know if you can see that. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, we control our reality. The other thing is, and this is a biggie, we're on the cusp of major change. Many people I talk to, follow, friends, some of them had a break the last couple of weeks, you know, haven't done anything because source or spirits told them not to. Kind of been told to rest up. You know, don't push yourself, don't do anything stupid, don't do anything silly, just breathe. Because of what's about to happen and coming in, you know, hence it's quite news days, quite calm before the storm, you know. What I think is going to be coming in is going to be absolutely wild, paradigm change for everybody. And this is the other thing, all you beautiful Femi who watch me, Richard Cardinal, Tarot by Isabella, Love by Jenny, UK Tarot Tales, whoever it would be, you know, whoever you watch. I mean, Mark Atwood did a really interesting one today about Trump and Epstein, you know. Go check it out. I'm not going to put the link in my thing, but just, you know, if you're interested, you know, do the work, put a bit of effort in. But yeah, Mark Atwood did a really interesting one on Trump and Epstein, and you know, he's bang on. We lose our sense of perspective in time. We get bored very quickly. We want something to happen 5 minutes ago. And for those of us that have been aware, awake, whatever, researching for donkey's years, it can feel a bit, oh, when. But it's all going to happen this year. I'm certain of it. This next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, I guess it's going to be a wild ride. And I see it. Got nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. For those of you who watched my update and babble the other day, as I came to a prominent point in what I was talking about, there's a butterfly on the floor. That wasn't there by chance, there is no coincidence. And what does the butterfly mean? It means the metamorphosis from one thing to another. The change. From one stage to another to become the butterfly. Show your colours. Walk the walk, talk your talk. We are in a really good place. There's a lot of noise out there at the moment. Look at who makes the noise. I feel 100% calm. No dramas, no issues, nothing. Cool as a cucumber, even though it's boiling hot today. I have no concerns whatsoever. We're exactly where we should be. But it's that noise. And while we're listening to the noise and feeding into that noise, and it's very hard to switch off sometimes, I know. It really is. But while there's all this noise going on, it's for a reason, and it's to stop us looking at ourselves and doing the things that we need to be doing ourselves, you know. So stick with it, guys. Stick with it. We really are in a very good position, I believe. We have been for a very long time, and nothing's changed. Nothing has been shown to me to make that difference. You know, and I mean it. I'm not just blowing smoke up the proverbial. I really do mean this. Huge changes are coming. But always timing is difficult. So, you know, take this opportunity before it gets mad. Switch everything off. Do a bit of self-love and self-care. Look after yourselves, guys. Do what you need to do. Hug a tree. Go for a walk in the park. By a lake. In an old house. You know, whatever you want to do, make sure you do something good for the family. It doesn't have to cost money. I'm pretty sure most of you could walk to a green space or get to a green space, to an old tree, forest, whatever, you know. Just about a bit of effort and changing, and again it's breaking pattern, isn't it? Break the pattern. So and while we're mentioning trees, old trees, this is kind of a Tartarian one. Very few old trees, are there? And I know America's got its redwoods and bits, and here I am in Blickling Hall with some very old trees, proper old trees, but they're very few and far between. I was talking to a tree surgeon, guy that cuts trees down and trims trees, and we were talking about the age of the average tree that he cuts down, and how, he would also assess the trees, go round and look at all the old trees and stuff. And he said to me that there were very, very few trees over 250 years old. Very few. That's really interesting. You know, we've got an oak tree here, look, for an example, behind me. It's a young tree, relatively. 100 years old, 60 years old. Something like that, maybe, if it's 50, 60 years old. Went for a walk around another estate in Felbrigg last summer, and really interesting. There's this great big forest of trees, and all the trees were, you know, a good thickness. You know, let's have a look at this tree here. Yeah, a similar thickness, bough-wise to this. So this gives you some kind of thickness, all right, guys? They were all this thickness, loads of them, and we're trying to work out how old they were. And it turns out they were planted in 1940. So they're old trees. But they were planted in the 40s, or just after World War II. There's no old trees. Very few. Why? Where did all the old trees go? Told stories that Henry or whoever it was had all the trees cut down to make warships. I don't know about that. Really ain't sure about that one. Remember, the feudal system was still in place. People would have worked 40 days a year. The one small town mentality kind of thing. I don't know. To cut trees down with the materials we're told that they had with horse and cart, if they were lucky. Mill them. Do everything by hand. It's a lot of labour, very intense. I don't know, you tell me. But it's very interesting, you know. Have a little look at the trees around you. How old are they really? And I know 250 years old sounds old, but in UK standard it's really not. There's a forest down the road from me that's marked as an ancient woodland, and there ain't a tree in there over 250 years old. It's not ancient. It's a modern forest. So there we go on that one. I talked about the changes coming up, and I really do believe we have some major changes coming up. I think through this summer into autumn we're going to be seeing things that will be mind-blowing, although not necessarily in the news. I think a lot of the things that are happening in the background, well above our pay grade, as they would say. And so bumblebee, hello. Well above our pay grade, so we need to understand that we're not meant to know. Could even see the old spacecraft coming in the near future as well. It wouldn't surprise me. We're due for that kind of thing. I say spacecraft, but I would say more like multi-dimensional craft that can travel interdimensionally. I think you're all aware, no, probably not, but many of you will probably be aware of my thoughts on space and it not being as we're told. Anything coming from the official sources is really not really, is it? Come on. But yeah. So I obviously have my own thoughts on the realm and what I do think it is and what I think it probably isn't. Choroidal field of consciousness, the matrix, simulation. It's, you know, all different language. But remember, we create our own reality, and if you believe it's round, you'll see a round earth. You know, we do create what we believe. So yeah. So this is part of the dam wall at Blickling. You can see the part of the main body of water behind me. So are we going to see some kind of craft that are not of this current realm, 3D matrix? Very likely. You know, there's a lot of things to happen, a lot of things to come. One thing we are headed for is exciting times. It is exciting times. So, you know, stay lucky, look after yourselves, guys, and do something you love. Enjoy yourself, change the mindset, take some time off. You know, end of this month, July, going into August, September, October, November, we could be seeing some really, really strange stuff. You know, and remember, use your heart, your gut. What does your gut tell you about these things? What does your gut tell you about many things? You know, your head isn't always trustworthy, and certainly what you see. Seeing so many AI clips at the moment, and so many different things at the moment, it's very difficult to believe anything these days. So look after yourself, guys. You know, we are in for a big change. Exciting times, but changes, and change is always traumatic. Remember that. So with that, guys, love, light and blessings, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Bye.